Enrico and I have written an article commenting on the US Court of Appeals decision in the 5 Points litigation, in which 21 graffiti artists were awarded $6.7 million in statutory damages for the illegal destruction of their works under the Visual Artists' Rights Act, which protects the moral rights of artists. Under this statute, 90 days' notice must be given before destruction. The defendant, Mr. Wolkoff, failed to do this, so despite being the property owner of the site, was liable. The key question of the case was whether 5 Points was of recognised stature, thus able to be protected by VARA. Because of the many factors in its favour, its title as Graffiti Mecca and its appearance in Hollywood films and music videos, it was. The main findings of the case were that the requirement of recognised stature is not meant to be an unduly high hurdle. The opinion of other street artists may suffice. The temporary nature of the work will not necessarily negate cultural value. If there's an opportunity to evaluate the work, there's the potential to protect against prejudicial or destructive treatment. Moreover, the defendant's willful conduct was a significant factor in the artist winning the case. He appeared to act out of malice, whitewashing the works for no reason, defying the law despite admitting to being aware of it. Ultimately, this case shows that society's attitudes towards street artists is progressively changing, and perhaps the legal landscape for these artists is more optimistic, and that moral rights are not to be ignored.
The 5 Point decision has been revolutionary. For the first time, street and graffiti art they have been protected by the law, specifically in the US. 21 street and graffiti artists have been awarded a huge amount of money in damages for the illegal destruction of their artwork. In my opinion, this case is revolutionary because it contributes in narrowing the gap between street art and graffiti art on the one hand and fine art on the other hand. It is also a very important case because it marks a turning point in this artistic subculture. Originally, these forms of art have always been portrayed as ephemeral forms of art, temporary forms of art. Of course, they are still temporary to some extent, but this case shows that more and more street and graffiti artists are ready to fight in courts in order to try to save their works from destruction or to ask for damages if their works are destroyed illegally without their consent. The 5 Point decision, the 5 Point case, is somehow related, linked to the concept of freedom. Artists and writers are free to rely on the law to try to preserve their works, to try to protect their own interest in keeping their artwork alive.